watch my back and the smoke your ass. And when I come jack, that's why some pigs and the kids come sweating, they follow. Hollow point shill's hard to swallow. I wallow when they come to roll on it with the clip in the wolf, I break your head sign. Not kicking dust, cause they get bust. My crew's surrounded, I'm about to get rushed. I brush with them. How many shells left in my closet? Where my bag roll makes flat when the shit goes down. Better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. You better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. You better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. You better be ready. You better be ready. I told the boys to start our clocks and the rest of the guys I struck from the.
The following show features stupid opinions and ideas from two idiot brothers who probably did little research and practiced zero due diligence on the topic at hand. The MLO Bros' opinions do not reflect the views of their employer, guests, sponsors, families, neighbors, or pets. If you do not like what they are saying and don't agree with their views or opinions, don't watch the show. We can promise we do not care. Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
Hey, Isaac.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Luke, can you change your name from Stream 2 to Luke, please? Welcome, everyone, to the MLO Bros. Tonight is my episode. I will be hosting because Luke doesn't want to do anything today. So,
No, it's not that I don't want to do anything.
Luke, this is my show. Please let me.
I don't want to not do it. I was doing stuff all day.
Luke, this is my show. Please stop talking. Thank you, sir.
Oh.
But welcome, everyone. The MLO Bros is brought to you by Valley Insurance, as well as the MLO Bros themselves. We are real estate agents. We are loan officers. Thank you so much for watching. If you need a mortgage, if you need to see a house and you want us to go with you, you're interested in buying a house, you want us to be a real estate agent, you want us to sell your house, call us. We will take care of you. Luke, how was your day?
I was very busy doing real estate.
Oh, that's so cool. Let's bring on Joe. You don't matter. Hey, Joe, how's it going, buddy?
I hate this show. I hate not being in charge, Joe. I hate it.
Luke, please don't talk to our guests like that. Joe, how are you, buddy? How you been?
I'm doing great. I love you guys. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Joe. Joe, since it is my show tonight, if you have any, if you want to say anything mean, you want to say anything rude to Luke, now's your chance, bud. Anything you would like to say?
And you won't tell him? You won't
No.
on me?
No, he's literally not allowed to talk tonight. I'll just mute him so you can say whatever you want to him.
Joe,
all right, so
Joe's
you got
not
the mute button. All right,
I do.
good.
Joe will never say anything mean to me ever.
Luke, please keep it down. Let our guests talk. Thank you.
I hate this. I don't like this at all.
Joe, no, seriously. Anything you want? What are you doing?
Yeah,
of course.
better now.
Joe, Luke found out this, like, there was one time Luke found out that if you're looking at a stream, if you're looking at the screen, the person in the top left corner, I guess Luke's direction, top left corner, is the person that is looked at most. When Luke found that out, he automatically always made himself the top left corner of the screen.
It's true.
I think if you rated us on looks, I think Isaac's the prettiest of all three of us, though.
Joe and I are grizzled. We're grizzled at this. I mean, we're in our 40s. We're grizzled, broken old men. That's what we are.
But back to you, Joe. Back to you.
Yes.
As of late, you have a lot going on, Joe. You have your a podcast of your own. You have the studio. You have your show with Blasco. You're on the radio. You have like a TV show now. Tell us about what's going on in your life, dude.
Dude, this is so exciting. Like, I really love living in Youngstown because you get to do things that if you lived in a bigger market, you would never in a million years have access to. So I just love that we get to play around and we get to be involved in media and the community. It's just amazing.
Yeah, one of those topics, you've had some interesting guests on your pod lately. You've had Bill Johnson, the new
Yes.
president of YSU. You've had Pastor Gay J on. How
KJ.
let's start with Bill Johnson. Did
Yes.
you ask him any hard hitting questions that everybody in Youngstown wanted to ask him, or did you keep it pretty PG?
You know what? The biggest thing was that they made it harder on themselves than they needed to. And
How so?
I wanted to know, like, was that a strategic move, or, was this just idiocy that they, made things more difficult? And he kind of bounced out of the question saying, well, you're going to have to take it up with the board, because the board's ultimately the ones who decided on that. But,
Because he's protected.
he was every question that I directed at him, he was pretty forthcoming on. I felt like, it was pretty down to earth guy. And I think he'll do a pretty good job overall.
Really? Is that what you think?
I do.
I think he knows a lot of people, and I think it will raise money. Obviously, he'll be able to raise some money for the schools, but I still think the way that was all handled was so shady and so slimy and so much backroom stuff. And I think the people that combated it, the left that combated it, shouldn't even brought politics into it like they did and played the political game. They should have just stuck to it has nothing to do with politics and everything to do with how shady all of this happened and how they had executive meetings and all that crap.
Yeah, let's just say you go back in time. Let's just say they had a public forum. They invited everybody to come down to, vocalize that they were unhappy with it. It wouldn't have changed the decision, but it would have made everything so much easier. The same shit would have happened. He would have been, still made the president, but everybody would have had a chance to at least vocalize that they didn't like it.
But here's the thing. They would have had all that pressure. They would have had all the headache, and they might had a chance of not getting their boy approved had they done it that way. Right?
So you think that was the strategy, is they keep it on the DL?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. It's classic Youngstown technique of do not even talk about it. Just do it. Wait 30 days. It'll all blow over. We just sweep everything under the rug and just wait it out. Eventually we'll start talking about it.
After almost 4 years of this bullshit we've been doing with this local government and watching these local government people, they love to fly under the radar, make decisions, and it's not just YSU, it's every one of them. Fly under the radar, make decisions, and then if somebody hears about it or finds out about it, well, it's already done. We can't do anything.
Yep, too late.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the problem is that's how they have always done it in Youngstown. But now they're getting there's technology being what it is, having social media, people being able to communicate issues more effectively and efficiently has really combated them, and they hate it. They hate having the spotlight on them, but it's only going to get harder and harder for them to do shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You're so right.
Well,
and that's from local level all the way to a national level.
Why do you think Poland Village and Poland Township, right?
Yeah.
Where I watch those things. The township not so much, but the village freaking hates the fact that we push out stuff that they do under the table. I mean,
Poland and their lawyer doing shady stuff. Canfield and the city manager banging chicks in his office and then getting fired, and then them not even talking about it or even communicating with the public what happened because they just don't want to get in trouble. Like blatantly sweeping everything under the rug, even though everyone in Canfield knew about it, but nobody wanted to admit that it happened. Like freaking communist China. Like what is happening? Crazy. But I think the farther we go down this rabbit hole, the more it's exposed, the more technology and the more people get involved in social media and these community groups, the more it's exposed, the better. So I don't know. I don't know. Did you notice, with him being a bigwig politician, did you notice any difference between him when he was like prepping and the cameras weren't on him, and then a total change once the cameras were on him?
No, he's one of the few that was the same dude. I ran into him in public. I talked to him before the interview. In the interview, same dude. He really did not change at all. Now, Tim
Maybe he
Ryan,
was
different
Maybe he
story.
was just good enough that he never turned it off.
Yeah, maybe.
Huh. Interesting. On to your other guest. Did you have Pastor KJ on just to make us mad?
Yep, for sure.
That was totally bait. That was totally bait.
That was a middle finger to Luke, not you, Isaac, but that was definitely a F you, Luke.
I didn't buy it. I didn't bite on that.
Me and Luke are sitting there, and we see that posted, and then we see freaking BJ email us, and it says, "Hey, check out this podcast Joe did with Pastor AJ." I'm like, Luke, that right there, that's bait. That's bait. And we're not, and Luke's like, yeah, we're not going to do anything. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing anything. We're not sharing it. We're not mentioning it. We are doing nothing.
Yeah. I tried to get the save the deer people on too, but they wouldn't come on.
No, did you try it? Dude, have them on.
That would be amazing.
I wish you would have let me come on with Pastor AJ because that guy on your thing, he was lying through his teeth and backtracking and saying one thing and then saying something else, like totally contradictive of the thing he just said. Like he's like, oh, freedom of speech. I should be allowed to say what I want. And then in the next breath, he's literally like, we need to stop these drag shows from happening in Youngstown. Well, what the hell just happened about freedom of speech, you freaking asshole?
And the best part where somebody crazy like that is wrong is he's saying like, I didn't say anything wrong. Nothing that I said is wrong. You won't hear me say I'm sorry. And like me watching it, I'm like, just so we're clear, everybody, what you said that isn't wrong in any way, shape, or form is that the drag queens should get out of your town. As a pastor,
you guys never said
what you said. You won't even say that's what you said because you know it's wrong. But no, you didn't say anything was wrong. But you won't even say the words because you know you're so freaking stupid for saying them. As a pastor, like, what is wrong with you?
And the thing that really annoyed me with the whole thing with him is, out of the graciousness of my heart, because I had two people call me, Isaac had somebody call saying his kid was getting picked on in school because he was looking so stupid. The dad looked so stupid, right?
Yeah. Joe, he was asking behind the scenes. He had people calling us and begging us to take the post down because people are bashing him. We're ruining someone's livelihood. Please take it down. His kid's getting bullied in school, and you know all these bad things are out there. It's ruining his life. He had people calling us, begging us, and we're like, listen. They're like, you have to be the bigger person, and now you're just fighting fire with fire, and you're more wrong than he is, and all these things. I had people calling me at 10 o'clock at night saying that I love fags, and the pastor's right, and all of them should be out of Youngstown, and
we won't
all
say
this
the
terrible
name.
shit. Calling me at 10 o'clock at night. So then, after all of that, we take it down. We take it down because he's begging us to stop. We take it down. I wanted him to publicly apologize, and Luke's like, no, just take it down. I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I wanted him to apologize. He never apologized. We took it down because he had all these people begging us to, and then he goes on your podcast to bring it up again and stir the pot after he was begging us for his kids' sake. For his kids' sake, he doesn't care about his kids. He doesn't care about anybody. He did it for a stupid ass book. He did it for a stupid ass book that nobody was buying.
That asshole pastor, and I'm going to say it because people are like, how can you talk about a pastor like that? Because guess what, people? Pastors can be assholes. Priests can be assholes. Everybody can be assholes.
Doctors can be assholes. Podcasters can be assholes. Guys who run computer companies can be assholes.
Yes. So just because he's a pastor and he went to wherever he went, seminary school, doesn't give him a free pass where he gets to do and say whatever he wants, right?
Right.
and people calling me saying, you guys are being just as bad as him. You guys are. I'm like, no shit. We're teaching him a freaking lesson. This is what we do. Welcome to the freaking show. This isn't the first time we've done this to somebody. It's called freaking
Yeah,
MLO.
see, and that was the biggest surprise that I thought, given the opportunity after everything came down to, quieted down, that you get a little bit of remorse, a little bit of apology, a little bit of I overreacted, and it was none of that. He doubled down on just about everything that he said.
Right. If that's not a narcissist, I don't know what is. Like, how? And everybody who knew him that we talked to about it was like, he'll never apologize. Like, he'll never admit he's wrong. He'll never apologize. He'll never do this. It's just like, dude, you were just lost. There's no point even arguing with him.
Pastors can be jerks. Titles don't give you a free pass. Exactly.
Yep.
So
I doubt Isaac. I don't think we're done with that guy. I really don't. He'll mess up again. And when he does again, next time when he does something like that, I am going to rain fire and brimstone down on that asshole. I swear to God, it'll be bad.
So when the booby carnival comes back, you got to set him up so that he has an opinion on the booby carnival.
But it was by combating him the second time. What we did was just remaining silent. It was fun. It was actually very fun because what I got to do, all those people that messaged me and begged me to take it down, saying you can't mess with a pastor, you can't do this for the kids, for that, and I took your podcast and I shared it with them, and I said, listen, here's your saint that you said just wanted us to stop, just wanted us to do, just remove all of his stuff. He doesn't care about his kid. None of the points you made matter because now this guy's doubling down.
Yep.
And it was awesome because we didn't combat it in any way, shape, or form. I just sent it to all those people that called me begging and said, here he is. He's still an asshole.
Every one of those people, when we did that, said, oh yeah, he deserves it. Go get him now.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said.
Now,
go ahead, free reign. Obviously, he doesn't care about his kid. So you proved the point there. That was great being able to do that. So guys, I have some other fun topics we can talk about tonight. Do you want to talk about AI or do you want to talk about Taylor Swift first?
Wait, hold on. Before we talk about AI and get into all that, could the 41 people before you guys leave, can you please like and follow this podcast? Because
if you could down below before you leave, could you give us a like?
Joe's gonna get into this, and we're gonna lose everybody. So just if you could please like and follow real fast before Joe gets going and starts talking about it.
Every time.
And I need to get a flow chart going behind me so I know what the hell he's talking about.
Actually, topic before we start talking about AI. Luke, did you see that Jeremy, when you guys were ghost hunting, posted something about 4 inches on your Facebook profile?
I went. I did, and I left it up because they got me. It's tough to get me, and him and Brian Harris got me good. I left my laptops open as I'm ghost hunting in the middle of downtown Youngstown with 25 18-year-olds, right? So they went back. I left it up, and they put in something about 4 inches on my laptop, or 4 inch. What's it like? How do you deal with 4 inches or something? And I knew they did it. And then when I found out after we were done, I saw it and I laughed. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm leaving it up because they got me good. So there you go. And my wife had no idea what she goes. I saw that, and this is how innocent my wife is. I saw that, and I was like, what's he talking about? 4 inches? Is it something with ghost hunting? And I look at her, and I'm like, honey, think about it for a second. And she's like,
she's so used to 3.5 inches, she thought 4 inches.
she's like 4 inches. That's generous.
Okay, so moving on to AI. What do you guys think?
Wait, did you skip Taylor Swift?
We'll get to that last. Okay, we'll let the people. We'll let the people wait for the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift.
Okay, got it.
So AI is first.
Yeah.
What are 5 jobs? And people watching at home, you can comment. What are 5 jobs that you think that AI will replace in the future? There's some obvious ones, and then there's some more serious ones. I'll tell you about some more, I guess, high-paying jobs that they might replace too.
All right. I think let's see, lawyers for sure.
You think they'll replace lawyers?
Lawyers.
I
Really?
hope so. Because you'd have to lawyers argue. They're just professional arguers.
Yeah, but the law is pretty black and white. And if you feed data in, algorithms can find out, or artificial intelligence can find out if somebody committed a crime and you have evidence and you go to jail.
Prior
100%.
prior court cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I wonder if that Youngstown judge would have been given more by AI than he did himself, where he only got $400.
Hey, wait, this is kind of sad. Real fast, this is kind of sad. Chris from Mahoning Matters, Chris, remember Chris was on? You just said writers.
One of the Chris, honest to God though, one of the top ones on top 25 was journalists. They'll just spit out the information.
Look what GQ can write up, or what is it?
Chat GPT. Dude, I'm using Chat GPT for every one of my listings from now on. Why should I write something up when they can write something up that's better than mine? Like, why? Why would I? There's no point. And it's easy. And so that's data entry, telemarketer, cashiers, librarians, all gone. Why do you need one? You don't need them anymore.
100%.
What about a graphic designer? There's a good one. That's a good one too.
Graphic designer. Yeah, there's some actually really cool prints. Same with, there are rappers right now that are like having the internet remove fake music that was created by AI that's better than their current music. What they're doing is these guys are taking AI and being like, hey, I want you to release a Kanye song, but I want you to release it as Kanye was in like 2008 when he was really good. So then they're making these songs that are like old school Kanye, and Kanye of today is like, oh no, I'm doing this new artsy form of music, and it's not like the old me, but this AI is creating this awesome old music, and he's getting pissed and suing. So it's really, really interesting.
Look at lawyer, coder, copywriting. That makes sense. Doctor. What do you think about a doctor?
There's an even bigger one that everybody's missing that makes a lot of sense. You go to college, you get a degree, this is a big one that is used right around, I'll give you a hint, biggest hint, right around this time of year. They work
taxes.
Accountants. They're bean counters. There's no reason for a human to be doing that.
TurboTax does it all right now anyways. Like, just plug in some numbers. I mean,
it's all gone, man. Accountants are done. You're gone. It's just counting numbers at the end of the day.
Podcasters.
I think you're going to be protected if you can get 40 people to watch us idiots do this stupid thing. If you're doing creative, outside the box things. So social skills are always going to be important. Being able to communicate with people and having people like you. Also creativity, I think, is going to be important. I know.
Well, humor too. I mean, AI can't crack humor yet, can it, Joe? Like,
well, it just needs a sampling of data. So let's use movies as an example. So let's just say it took the last 50 movies that were blockbusters, and it profiled like what the characters were like and what the storyline was like, and it creates a movie that emulates something that people loved. All you got to is reshuffle the storyline and make the characters a little bit different and name them. And you got another movie that is different enough from the origin, but similar enough that people will freaking love it.
Boy, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
What was the movie The Creator? Was that made by AI? Is that what I heard? Creator? Did you hear that?
No, I don't know.
I saw that movie's on Netflix. Another big one, another huge one that's just gone, that will never be used again. Translators. Absolutely disappearing because it's literally just taking one thing and then turning it into another thing.
I would say 10 to 15 years, we're going to be Star Trek in this, where you have the things, and it's going to be translating immediately.
Yeah. Like, I don't even think, I think you go out far enough. I think they can already communicate through the mind. I think you're going to have like an implant, and you're going to be able to, you don't even have to use your mouth. You're just going to be like looking at somebody and reading their thoughts.
Yeah. Send an idea in its entirety. Absolutely.
Prompt writing is the new white collar job. Prompt writing. So I'm thinking, what do you say? Prompt writing. What's he saying?
It's a new white collar.
So what are you talking about prompt writing? As in like for the AI stuff?
So I had a customer a couple of months ago. They went out and they paid a professional copywriter, and usually copywriters are in a couple $100 an ad, but they paid him like $75 an ad, and they bought 5 of them. They fed these professional copyrighted ads into ChatGPT, and they got 70 plus versions. They stopped having to pay a copywriter, and ChatGPT kept rewriting the same script and kept making fresh versions of their ad, so they no longer have to pay a copywriter.
That's insane, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, look, Joel said know how to talk to AI.
Knowing how to talk to AI. Yeah, Joe, I need you to give me a lesson on ChatGPT, because he has been helping me a little bit here and there. I'm not going to say what because of his privacy, but on all of my listings moving forward, I'm going to be using ChatGPT, and on our listing coming up here soon, we're going to be using ChatGPT, and you'll be able to see that it's very good writer too. It's crazy. It's crazy how good the listing description is going to be. But
all I know is I've messed with it a couple times, and as a loan officer, I said, "Hey, write me a 30-second Facebook ad for a down payment assistance program for Facebook." And dude, it was like, wow. Like,
yeah,
it was like a commercial. Now, here's the thing though. It takes away the personality that we put into our posts, right? Like,
yes.
But again, Joe, you're saying the more advanced stuff would be able to pick up on our previous posts and then add in the personality.
Yeah, you'll be able to say, "Hey, write a paper or a post the same way Luke would write it, with the same type of attitude, the same type of mentality, and the same type of overall, just the way Luke would post it." And it'll come up with a post that's exactly the same as yours.
Yeah, even if it's writing 95% of it, and you only have to edit a couple things,
right?
5% of it here and there. Think about how much time it's saving you.
Yeah, exactly. It'll have your personality. If you tell it, "Hey, write it in the personality of Luke," it will write it in the personality.
Yes, exactly.
Auto repair technician.
I think eventually, dude. It's technology is going to get to the point where it's like you'll have a robot in your garage, or like what I think of it as, like, how you go to Rise Pies, and there's the Pepsi machine, or the machine that you like stick your cup in and it gives you it mixes the syrups in the machine. I think it's literally going to be like that with everything. Like, "Hey, I'm working in my yard, I need a shovel." You go out to your garage, you'll literally 3D print a shovel, and you won't even have to go to the store. You'll be like, "Hey, I need a power washer. I'm just going to 3D print a power washer after I've saved up enough money to do, or credit to print one."
Yeah, I was talking to an advertising exec today, and their fear is like televisions are going to start playing commercials differently based on who's watching the television. So you might be watching the Super Bowl, and every single person is getting an absolute different commercial. So if you're like running a political campaign and you need to reach everybody, if I opt out and say, "I don't want to watch political campaigns," then you can no longer reach me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of scary if you're in the marketing realm.
Think about when you talk about that kind of stuff, like in like certain advertisements on TV, they already do it on Facebook and social media, right?
Yep. Right.
All based on what you do. I mean, it'll just be an algorithm on the TV, right?
Yeah. Do you guys get the ads all the time where it's like, "You have 50 pounds of dense poo inside you that you need to get out"?
No.
Like, "You have 50 pounds
have you been Googling like
dense goo that you need to shit
wait,
out"?
hold on. This is very revealing. So everybody's ad says something. Mine's about blueberries. Isaac is about poo. Luke, what's your ad?
I get a lot of gay porn stuff. I don't know what's up with that.
It's all sales for butt plugs, and he just doesn't know why.
Giant dildos. I don't know why I get those, but they pop up on Facebook constantly.
Totally random, probably.
Yeah,
Totally
it doesn't make any sense, guys. I don't understand.
I don't understand. I don't know. Let's see.
We are all going to get a different version of a movie. We will pay an extra $20 to make Tom Cruise's be Iron Man. It's just all going to be deep fake's going to make it before you get there.
Dude, so here we go. Deep fake AI video is really scary. Did you see the thing with Tom Cruise where they AI'd Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
Tom Cruise, sorry. I'm sorry.
Joe
Tom Hanks.
Biden. Tom
Joe
Hanks,
Biden.
Joe
Tom
Biden.
Hanks.
Trump. Oh, those were so good.
They're releasing like AI video commercials of other famous people doing the commercials, and like the litigation and the laws aren't in place yet where these famous people haven't like sold their likeness or given permission for this AI to use their likeness. So now these famous people are literally going to be able to sell to marketing and advertising companies like, yeah, you can use my AI voice, you can use my AI face, my personality, and sell your stuff, but I want a cut of everything. So that's coming. That's going to happen. And they won't have to do anything. It'll just be their likeness.
The discussion that's going on is like, when does something that resembles you not become you? So like, remember the old analogy where if you started cutting off parts of you, you cut off your arms, cut off your legs.
Yeah.
When are you no longer there? Like if you cut off your arm, is your arm you or is your body you? So if I took an image of Tom Cruise and adjusted his facial features and his hair and his whatever, when is it no longer Tom Cruise?
I think Bruce Willis, he's no longer, he has some kind of degenerative brain thing.
Can't communicate
so he can't talk anymore. He's totally non-vocal, and he sold his likeness to keep making money so they can use it for I don't know what company, but he sold it. Who else? What else was I going to say? Oh my gosh, about AI. I forget who. Oh, dude. How about Toby Keith died? Did you just hear about that?
Yeah, that's
freaking Toby Keith, man.
He's one of the only country singers I actually liked.
Oh, freaking died. That's sad. We're all old. We're all getting old, man.
Well, he was only 62 though, too, which is kind of crazy.
Know.
He had cancer. He had cancer. Did you see pictures of him before he died? How bad he looked?
He looked awful,
dude. Like a shell of him, like just like 100 pounds lighter. Brutal. Man. Brutal.
Poor guy.
So on to the Super Bowl. Wait, before we move on, AI is going to replace one last thing that is important to us, underwriters, which makes a lot of sense. Underwriters, for those that don't know, underwriters are the people that at the end of the day, after we've collected all the paperwork in the loan process, we send it to a team of people. They're underwriters, and they say yes or no on the loan. There is literally no point in having them anymore. It's just going to be a computer. We put it into the computer shoots it back out, and we approve your loan. Super excited for that. Underwriters suck ass. Now on to the Super Bowl. What is your favorite thing to bet on during the Super Bowl?
To bet on?
Do you like betting during the Super Bowl, Joe? Do you bet?
No, I've never bet on the Super Bowl.
Do you bet at all, Joe? You don't seem like you bet on anything.
I bet on some, like during NFL games. I try to hit like 3 and 4 game parlays.
Okay,
I actually got one going for the NBA right now on my phone.
Do you?
Yeah, I got 7 bets going.
So are we going to pick winners for the Super Bowl? Is that on the agenda?
So we're not picking winners for the Super Bowl. We're not betting on Travis Kelce having over 60 yards receiving. We're not betting on what's his name? The curly-headed Kermit the Frog sounding quarterback for Kansas City. What's his name? Luke, what's the
Mahomes.
Mahomes. Did you know he kind of sounds like Kermit the Frog? Have you heard that meme?
Yeah. Totally he does. 100% sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm Patrick Mahomes. He sounds just like that.
That is actually decent, Isaac. That was actually good.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm Patrick Mahomes. My wife is actually pretty weird, and my little brother loves to do TikTok dances.
Dude, that is actually pretty accurate.
I know. I'm pretty good at it. But no, so you don't bet. What is interesting this year is not betting on the sport itself, but bets revolving around Taylor Swift. That is what's interesting this year. So there are bets going, what primary color is Taylor Swift going to be wearing? There is a minus 500 chance. So there's a very, very good chance she is going to be wearing red. So you can bet and get what would it be? 500 to 1. What?
500. So you bet $500, you get $1.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's going to be wearing red. There is a plus 500. So bet $1, you get $500 for black. She's not going to be wearing black, and white is plus 600. She's probably not going to be wearing white. There's also
I would take the white bet for $1. Can I do that?
Those are good odds. Those are really good odds.
I mean, $1 wins 600.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? And then
I bet the white.
Lipstick color. You can bet on which lipstick color she's going to wear. You can bet on her hairstyle. You can bet on who she high fives in the box first. Like, is she going to high five? Is she going to high five Mahomes' wife? Is she going to high five Mahomes' little brother? Is she going to high five Kelsey's mom? Like, who's she going to high five first? Who's going to write a post on social media first? Taylor Swift or Mahomes' wife? But what I want our bet tonight to be, what is your Price is Right rules? How many times do you think they're going to pan over to Taylor Swift during the Super Bowl from start to finish?
How many times does Travis Kelce touch the freaking ball? That's how much.
It's dude. It is so annoying, and I get everybody saying like, "Oh, you're just being mean to Taylor Swift." And, you just hate Taylor Swift and there's no reason to be so mean. Yeah, I understand. I'm not being mean to her. But like, I don't understand why the game has to be turned into being made about her. Like, I'll never understand that. Like, I understand she's popular, but like, how come when like Will Smith or somebody super famous goes to a football game, they don't freaking pan over on them every 7 seconds? It's just
because you have a super, super, super famous pop star, right? Where people are watching because of her, which is going to lead to more views, which leads to more advertising dollars, which is going to make it a highly rated show, right? Like watch show.
So it just comes down to money. That makes sense.
That's all it is. Dude, they were saying because she was at that one game, they said it was like $100 million more in revenue because since she started watching it.
Yeah, they were interviewing the president of the NFL, and he was basically like, "We love it." I was like, "Obviously, you love it, dude, because it's bringing that much more money." He's like, "We're all about it. We want to entertain the Taylor Swift people because they keep, coming and spending their money."
It's an untouched market of people, man.
Right. It makes sense.
Yeah. Like, look, Joel just said it's Cleopatra and Caesar. I mean, it really is.
Right.
Yep.
It's Brad and Brangelina or whatever that was called, right?
Yeah, Brangelina.
Brangelina, is that right?
Brangelina. Yeah.
Brangelina.
So how many? Let's try and keep track during the game. But how many people do you think? Luke, we'll start with you because you suck. How many times do you think the camera pans to Taylor Swift? I'm gonna write it down.
I mean, I couldn't even. I would say a lot. I'm gonna say 50. 50?
Is it honestly, where if you go over your you lose?
Price is Right rules?
Isn't that Price is Right rules? You go over, you lose. Okay.
I'm gonna say I'll say 50. I'm saying with 50. I'll bet it'll be 25 times a quarter. The
other thing that's going to be freaking stupid that nobody's realized yet is it's going to be like, we're going to have the freaking halftime show. And they're going to be like, oh, let's show Taylor Swift watching the halftime show. Like, that's going to happen too. Just because.
Anytime they score, anytime Kelce gets close to the ball, if they show Travis Kelce, they're going to show Taylor Swift. Immediately that's going to happen.
Man, it'd be wild if he died.
Well, that took a little bit of a turn there.
If he just died, Taylor Swift dying, that'd be wild.
A little bit of a dark turn there.
It was dark, but it would be crazy. I mean, that would be
like if you get like horrifically injured.
Yes, like
And then Taylor Swift
he just Nick Chubbs his knee, like just turns it to jello.
Oh, so bad.
Like you think she'll ride
here
on
you
the
go.
cart off the field with him?
Joel said it should be the total minutes of screen time. That's even that'd be tough.
That'd be even tougher. I just want because they like pan to her for a second and then they go back to the game, and then they pan to her for a second, go back to the game.
I'm saying 50. I'm saying 50. I think I'm close with 50.
Yeah, Joe. What about you, big guy? What do you think?
See, I'm gonna pull the curveball here. I'm gonna say 0. I'm gonna say that she has a concert in Japan on Friday, and I think her plane gets hung up and she never makes the game. So I'm going 0.
Wow.
That is a ballsy.
Joe is secretly a Swiftie for knowing that information. That is you a big fan of Taylor Swift, Joe?
No, I bet on Taylor Swift. You said the NFL. I bet on Swift.
You bet on Taylor Swift? Okay.
Oh wait, look, Linda's saying the same thing, Joe. She just she was typing this in before you.
She may not make it on time. She's flying in right after her concert ends in Tokyo. Yeah. So Joe says 0. That means, as Joel said right next up, I will be putting, due to Price is Right rules, I will be putting 1.
So you're betting. Oh, right. So if it doesn't hit at 50 or over.
Yeah. I just got to hope for under 50. Luke's got to hope for over 50. And that's it. Joe, sucks to suck, bud. Sorry.
Hey,
unless she doesn't make it.
You know what Joe just did? Joe, by betting 0, just assured that Taylor Swift is going to die in a fiery plane crash on Friday.
over the Pacific Ocean.
She's gonna friggin' they're gonna be like, we lost contact with Taylor Swift's plane, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, Joe killed Taylor Swift.
Or they show her plane crash and you can see her in the water going like this, and there's one. That's the one. That's the one you get. And I win. Let's show her one.
I'll tell you what, if that happened and she's in the water, I'm switching from the Super Bowl to watch the rescue. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes. Same here.
Wow.
What's the line on a safe rescue versus an unsuccessful rescue?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, we just literally killed Taylor Swift. Look, and our number dropped for 30 people. Our number dropped for 30 people watching to 50 because all the Swifties just left. We pissed off all the Swifties.
Oh, sorry,
the thing is, though, Joe, you underestimate her money because she could do a tour at 9 p.m. or whenever on Friday and have her freaking private jet and fighter jets fly her to Las Vegas in less than 24 hours.
You're probably right.
She could pay extra and get there on time. 100%.
And like to avoid traffic, pay for a police escort with lights flashing.
Yeah, no, she'd have like fighter jets and then a helicopter flyer to the.
Yep.
True. Like she's getting there to see her man.
Listen, you guys don't have to take shots at my guess. It's my guess, all right? Respect the guess.
That's fine. I respect the guess. I just think it's wrong.
I think you killed Taylor Swift personally.
when she dies, Joe, and we see Travis Kelce scoring a touchdown and going, she's dead.
Do you think Kelce would keep playing? Do you think he'd keep playing, or do you think he'd be done?
Oh, he'd keep playing. Yeah,
he'd play. They've only been dating for like 3 months, dude. He'd play.
Yeah, come on.
The guy could probably have any girl.
He'd make it all about him. He'd like
just shake it off.
He's so
like, oh, I'm so sorry I did that for you, baby. Like it would be this huge thing. All the girls would love it.
Oh, I don't know, man.
That's what would happen, you know.
What else you got, Isaac, Mr. Planner?
Honest to God, Joe.
I have to say, Isaac, you're doing a very good job at running this show. Very good job.
You are. I think you should do this from now on, Isaac. I think it's a great idea. No,
I'm good. I'm good on that.
But
that's about it. that's all I got. Joe, do you have any topics that you would like to talk about tonight? Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, I am glad you asked that.
How about
because
you interview us?
that's phenomenal. So, where did you grow up?
I grew up in North Lime, Ohio.
Okay.
Was South Range.
Okay. And where do you live now?
I live in Canfield.
Dude,
Okay.
this interview right now.
Are you trying to destroy our show, Joe?
This interview, all of a sudden, Isaac, like Joe asking this question is just like To Catch a Predator right now. What
Isaac, have a
Joe's
seat.
trying to Shanghai our show. I'm gonna walk out. What if I just like? I'm done, Joe.
Oh,
It's going better than the
going.
Pastor AJ interview.
Right.
Yeah.
All
Right.
Joe, where did you grow up at? You were from Girard, right?
I grew up in Girard. Yeah.
How old are you?
47.
Joe, how many swirlies did you get growing up?
0. No, I've never had a swirly.
Did you get picked on a lot, Joe, growing up?
I'm surprised Joe, you've never had a swirly?
No, never had a
Do you-
swirly.
Do you want to?
Are you offering?
I'll give you one if you want one. I mean, I've never had one either. I'm just surprised you haven't had one. Do you want me to give you one?
What are you
Didn't I
trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I
Isaac?
never stuck your head in a toilet.
Oh no, you did. Never mind. You gave me.
I totally did. You almost threw
No,
up when
no,
I
no,
did
no,
it.
no. You never gave me one. You gave one to Mark though.
Oh, Mark Ransbon. Yeah, my brother-in-law. And he
I don't
almost
think you
did.
gave me one.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think
did.
you like dunked my head in it, but like not my face.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
That's
put
so
my hair
freaking
in.
gross. So gross.
Yeah.
You don't even know what Isaac was like when he was 13 and 14. You have no idea. He deserved everything he freaking got.
Joe, I was
Isaac, were you like a punk? Is that the deal?
I was just Joe, I would consider myself right now an annoying person. I was what I am now, only like 10 times worse.
Okay.
Joe.
And the thing is, it was worse because I've learned how to be more funny. I feel like I'm not that funny, but I've learned to be more funny. I was just like dumb, not funny at all, and annoying. And there's like even worse annoying to that.
All right, Joe. I'd fill up a glass. This is Isaac, okay? I'd fill up a glass of milk and make a sandwich, right? This is, and I'm probably in my 20s and Isaac's 13, 14, right? Fill up a glass of milk, make a sandwich. I turn to get out mayonnaise out of the refrigerator, whatever else. I turn again, and my milk would be empty. Right? And I'm like, so Isaac, when I would turn, would grab my milk, chug it, put it down, and then walk out of the room. And like just little things like that, he would just constantly do.
Joe, I still do it. My brother-in-law comes over all the time, and he has this container of water that he always brings around with him. And the other day, I did it to him, I shit you not, 7 times. And he's like, where is my water going? And I'm like, I don't know.
Isaac,
and then he finally figures it out, and I keep doing it. Like I just keep doing it. And he's like, he's like, I've never had an older brother. How do I stop this from happening? I'm like, you know what I would do to stop it from happening? I'd pee in it. I'd pee in the jug, not tell me that I peed in it, and then I drink your pee. I'd never do it again.
Yep.
That's the only way. That's the only way you stop it.
Now, did you look up to Luke and emulate him and try to be him?
Yeah. There was a long time of like Luke being this role model to me, and
I mean, I haven't been able to shake him since then, Joe. I mean, honestly,
yeah. And then I got older, realized, what am I doing? Why am I following this evil man? And
from here you are,
and from there, I'm like, I really, really don't know why I did that, but now I am where I am. And there's not really much I can do to go back.
You're committed now, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He literally would follow since the day he was born. Would follow me around. Like I couldn't take a shit without him being like 5 or 6. Like
You're good with kids. What can I say? You're good with kids.
Honest to God. Honest to God. So I don't want to hear it. He now he's employed. He has a career. I mean, what else can I do? Again,
Listen, man. At this point, you need me just as much as I need you, you
I know.
bastard.
I hate it too. I hate it.
But it's
So you guys want to tell me about the ghost hunt and how that went down the other night?
yeah, we gotta go.
It was terrible. It was so boring. It was. Let me rephrase. It wasn't terrible. It was too many people. There was like 25 18-year-olds.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, they're hockey players. They're fit. Let me. They're 18-year-old males. 25 of them. Jeremy and I are walking out with them to the bridge. They're all in front of us in like a group. And Jeremy and I look at Jeremy and I'm like, dude, I feel like we're going on a senior trip with 25 seniors. Because they're all like joking, pushing each other. And I'm like, but they're great dudes. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're great dudes. The Phantoms are awesome. So we broke up into two groups. I had 6 of them with me. And the other group kind of went with Jeremy. And of course, Jeremy's lame. So they went with Jeremy. They got bored with Jeremy and they all left. The 6 with me, we stayed underneath the Market Street Bridge and we had stuff happening. So now they want to go again, just those 6 guys, because they had the REM pods go off. We had cat balls going off. Like they were all freaked out. And they're looking at me like, you're setting this up. You're doing this. I'm like, dude, I ain't doing nothing, man. Like it was weird. So they want to go again. So we got to find, I told Kelsey for the Phantoms, we're going to find somewhere to go and with them. So on a Sunday.
So you had a bunch of experiences, a bunch of stuff happened?
I mean, not a bunch, but the REM pod, we've had the same stuff we always have. The REM pods,
Yeah.
I actually got like 30 of those little cat balls and I set them up all around the bridge, like everywhere. And they were just spread out and one would go off and then another one. And, they pick up motion. So it could be like cars going over the bridge, maybe like light vibrations, but you really got to move those things to get them. So I don't know. I mean, it was no voices, nothing crazy, shadows, nothing crazy. We've had way crazier. But again, when you have 25, 18-year-olds, it's kind of hard to focus on anything.
Yeah, but with so much history on that bridge, I was interested to see what you guys came up with.
I
There's a lot of death.
I think we should go back there sometime without the 25, 18-year-olds is what I think we should do. Because there was something going on down there. We had some direct responses. So I don't know.
Isaac, do you miss the ghost hunting?
Not even a little bit. I enjoy sleeping. It's fantastic.
I really like it. I don't know why.
You guys find me an actual ghost and I'll come back.
I really, Joe, you enjoy it, don't you?
Heck yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Do you though, Joe? Do you? Don't lie.
I do. Think about all the amazing places we got to see that other people have never even been to.
Yep.
That is true. The prison was
like the people we've met, the places we've gone, the lady at the house that we were at in Poland, she was literally thankful and like, I feel so much better now that you guys have been here, even though we really didn't do anything, right? It was like we just kind of made it seem normal, and she felt better about it. So I don't know.
Yeah. So this weekend, we took my son over to Mansfield. So I stopped in the penitentiary to kind of check it out during the daytime. I feel connected with that building now.
Yep.
Like when I was walking around there, I was like, holy shit, this place is an animal at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's an amazing place.
I want to go back.
This is creepy, man.
I want to go back to Mansfield. I know we did it the one time and it was kind of boring. I want to go back. But on the 29th of March, we're going to a new place with 20 people. And it's I actually think I have the thing. It's $175. You can go. We have like 10 tickets left, I want to say. Do I have that in here, Isaac? Yeah.
Yeah. Joel says we need to find monsters. I'm going to start hunting for like a snipe.
Dude, let's go Bigfoot hunting. I want to go Bigfoot hunting. Would you go Bigfoot hunting with us, Isaac?
Yeah. There's Blair Witch hunting in the woods.
demon worshiper hunting.
Like vampires, like real creatures, or things that are just fable. Like,
did you hear about like the cults? There's like cults in the Everglades in Florida. Like people keep walking up on like fake, like devil worshiping like sites where they're finding
No.
like the stars in like old abandoned buildings in the Everglades.
People doing it on purpose, though. They're probably doing it on purpose.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's like it's like those stars with the candles and like blood and like baby dolls and stuff and like creepy shit.
Okay, here's a good question. What's more realistic, Isaac? So we're talking about that. Bigfoot, aliens, ghosts. What has a better possibility? What has
aliens
a better
are real? Like so are they visiting us? I don't know.
But visiting aliens, Bigfoot, ghosts.
Okay, I would say aliens visiting us are most likely. I would say Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot's honest to God least likely because there's just like it existed once. I don't think it exists anymore. Or like the big apes existed once, but they don't exist anymore. I don't think Bigfoot exists. I think that's least likely. Goes somewhere in the middle. I don't know where, but
Joe, what do you think?
I'm going with Bigfoot. I saw one smoking a cigar one time, so I'm going with Bigfoot, then aliens, and then ghosts.
You saw a Bigfoot smoking a cigar once?
Of course I did. Over in Struthers, Ohio.
It's probably someone from Struthers.
Yeah.
I think I'm going the same route as you, Isaac. Aliens first. Maybe. I think I'm going to go ghosts second, and then Bigfoot. I think the fact of a giant primate living in the woods is that's a stretch. I mean, that is how do you?
The thing is, there can't just be one. Because if there was just one, it would be extinct, which it is extinct. So it's like there's no way.
But think of how many people have seen all three of those things that mentioned. Like we're talking hundreds of thousands of people say that they've seen all of those.
Yeah, but there's no pictures. There's no evidence. There's no, and when we go ghost hunting, Joe, okay, most of it's coincidence. Most of it's
explainable. Absolutely.
Lights, weird sounds. There's no true proof that it's a ghost.
Exactly. Now we've had again, and we always go back to the locker slam. One of the scariest things where I'm walking down a hallway, a locker slams. Joe, everybody heard it. I didn't bump into anything. Not the wind. Best explanation: an animal is like a rack in an old building, right, or something.
Right.
But again, it's like okay. You, Joe, have had the REM pod go off with direct responses over and over and over, right?
Yep.
So it's like those coincidences, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, but Bigfoot, I don't buy it. Yeah, look, Joel says, where are the bones? Exactly. Like, there's no evidence of any.
Well, if you fly over the United States, if you look at how much uninhabited land is out there, like you could very easily get lost and nobody ever find you out there. So Bigfoot could be, keeping away from us all this time.
Now I want to go Bigfoot and go.
Or he's just a guy that got lost and he's just running around naked because he ran out of clothes and he can't find his way home.
Is that a more likely story?
Probably, in all reality, yes.
I just think a lot of it's hoaxes. I think a lot of it is set up. Like the footprints, I think, are people screwing around, like with different stuff. That's my call. Yeah, look, Joel says we even have dinosaur bones, but we don't have Bigfoot bones.
Do you see the theory that aliens are spiritual beings, not necessarily things from another planet, but they are God and they have been here forever? And that's why they're in like all historical like texts and religions. There's like things coming from like it's here and it's like they're interdimensional beings, but they are like the gods that we've always thought were gods. They just have always been here. Do you ever see that theory? It's an interesting one.
There's a whole documentary on how aliens, the ancient people, when they saw aliens like in ships and stuff, the first thing they would think is religious, right? Like angels coming down.
Yeah.
Like a light in the sky is the same as like an angel, or
Yeah.
that's 100%. The Egyptians, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
very
interesting.
interesting.
But again, I
Cool
think
theory.
I need to see an alien come down out of the sky. I've never seen anything like that.
Luke needs an alien to probe him before he'll believe it.
I'll tell you what, I see an alien, I might do it. And now my algorithm is gonna go from
what if they're like, Luke? What if they're like, listen, Luke, we're abducting you. We're gonna wipe your memory, and you're not gonna know anything about us, or you let us probe you, and we'll tell you, and we'll tell you everything, and you'll remember everything. Do you let them probe you?
How big of a probe?
Is this an anal probe? I'm assuming.
Question. Yes, Joe. Anal probe. It has to be anal. That's what they do.
How big of a probe? How big we talking? We talking 4 inches? We talking 8 inches? Give me something.
Is that a 4-incher?
I think it's a 4-incher. Yes.
I don't know.
If you could easily fit that. You just breathe in real deep, Luke. You could fit that.
Can we go, please? This is terrible. This is very nasty.
What? Luke, that's and if anybody's wondering, we went to a rock place. This is a rock. It's actually a greenstone called shungite, and it's supposed to be for offices, and it's supposed to ward off bad electronic energy from your electronics and your computers and stuff. Joe, it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. You better keep that thing close. That's protecting you.
I do. It's also Luke's favorite thing.
4 inches of protection.
4 inches of protection. It's all you need. It is all you need. Full circle. It's all you need. 4 inches of protection. Luke.
Yep, there you go. All right. Bring us out of here, Isaac. I gotta go to bed because I gotta work again tomorrow.
Joe, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a good time chatting with you as always. MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. We are loan officers. We are real estate agents. Hold on, we got a message here. Are we doing anything special for your coworker this month for Black History Month? Last year you said you were. O'Keel, I actually took him not for Black History Month. What did we say we were going to do for him this year for Black History Month? Luke.
What did we say? We were going to take him to lunch.
I don't know. I took him for MLK Day. I take him to lunch every year. He gets special treatment from me every single day, Angel. But if you think of anything, let us know. I'll run it by O'Keel, see if he wants to do it. MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. We're loan officers. We're real estate agents. Call us. We have an awesome listing coming up in Boardman. It's a condo, first floor, no steps. Old people are gonna love it. Yeah. So we got a listing coming up. But thank you so much, everybody, for watching.
We did say we were going to do a billboard for them.
Oh, we did.
Angel said we're doing a. Remember that?
Yeah. What kind of billboard are we going to do? What was it?
I just think we were going to put O'Keel up there and say Happy Black History Month, and then just a big picture of O'Keel.
I don't think he'd be okay with that. Just
I don't think he would either.
I'm just gonna say that I don't think he'd be. If we put him up there and said like the best black loan officer, Happy Black History Month.
Yeah, that's what we said.
I don't even think he'd be allowed to do that as a loan officer. Because you're not allowed to target a specific group of people.
No, you're allowed to target a specific group of people. You're not allowed to discriminate against us.
No, you're not allowed to target people. You're not allowed to target. I, as a loan officer, am not allowed to say, I am great with first-time home buyers. You're not allowed to target a specific group of people. You're not.
Banks do it all the time, dude. Banks do it all the time. They have programs specifically for low income and
no, but you're not allowed to advertise.
Specifically
and a billboard would be an advertisement. No, you're not allowed to say, I'm the best black loan officer. You should help me. You should come to me if you're black. You're not allowed to advertise.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. Angel, thank you for the angry face. She gave us an angry face too.
But we'll see it. We'll see it Thursday.
I gotta go to bed. I'm so tired.
Hey, Joe, is there anything you'd like to say before you leave, buddy?
No, I love you guys.
What was
Joe.
that?
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Listen, Joe, I really want to
Yeah.
tell you something. It's just really good to talk. Okay, that was better.
That was bad. That was a good one.
Were you trying to do it?
I was trying to, but I hit the wrong button. I hit ban on accident, and I meant to hit kick, so it didn't work. It did not work.
All right. Everybody, we'll be back, Thursday. I'm going to try and get a guest.
Yeah, let's get somebody good. Joe sucked. Let's get somebody else. No, I'm just kidding. I love Joe. I'm just kidding. Joe is just ass tonight. Can we, why'd you let me pick him? Why'd you let me pick him?
All right. I gotta go work on my listing some more. Go East Side those documents, dude.
I'm sorry. I was preparing the podcast. I'll go.
Yeah, sucks, doesn't it? All right. We'll see you guys all later. See you Thursday. Bye.